Hey there, Elder Statesman back here again, and today we're going to be trying out the second week of the War of the Chronicles event, and it's pauper. So I've got 3 decks built here. I haven't played a lot of pauper, and I have a feeling that the format will have changed a lot because of War of the Sparks. We're just going to try out a couple decks and see if any of them work and see what other people are using against this that does work. So the first thing I wanted to build was a mass deck. There's enough playable amass cards in War of the Spark to make this work. We've got Callous Dismissal, we've got Lazotep Reaver, we've got the Aven Eternal, and where was my other one? Herald of the Dread Horde. So those are our amass cards, and then the rest of it's built just kind of like a blue-black control deck. We've got a decent amount of removal, couple counter spells. Obnyx's Cruelty, I think, is a good addition. It's a very powerful removal spell in common. Tamayo's Epiphany, I think, is very good. So we've got this. That's one of the decks we're going to try. I built a... We just didn't always default back to this. I built just a red-green mid-range deck. I like red-green. A couple removal spells, Giant's Greeting, Shivan Fire. And then we're trying to take advantage of these early creatures being able to get big later. Crunch Wrangler, when I start dropping 4-power creatures like Raging Crunch, Baloth Gorger, Frenzied Eryx, this one's going to get larger. Swordform Hydrid can adapt itself later in the game. So we're just trying to survive the early game and then play bigger threats at the end. We also have this Vivian's Grizzly, another War of the Spark edition I think is really good. Gives you some card drawing that the deck probably needs. Don't know how good this one's going to be. My last one came from Frank Karsten. He posted about it. I'm sure this one is going to be good. It's a mono red deck based around Spellgorger Weird. I'm trying to pump that up and get it very large quickly. So you've got kind of the creature set you'd expect in mono red: Firebrands, Lavamancers. We do have Burning Prophet. That's another card that takes advantage of playing more spells to go with the Spellgorger Weird. And we got Vishino Pyromancer, and then the rest of it's all spells, just trying to burn through the deck quickly. So we'll probably try to play a couple games with each of these 3 decks, see what works and see what other people are playing. So if you want to play this format this week to unlock those sweet styles, you'll have an idea what decks you'll be playing against and what you should be using. So we're going to go no escape. And what are prizes here? Kasmina, I like Kasmina. Oops. Angrath, that's a good one. And Vivian, okay. So start, choose your deck. We'll start with the amass one. Okay, I do have a couple early plays, and I have both colors of mana. So I'm going to keep this. Red, okay. Get the last Step Reaver out. Okay, we'll play the Guildgate now. I don't think we're going to need the Obnyx's Cruelty. We do have Moment of Craving if he plays the Spellgorger Weird. And he does. Okay, so we know what we're against. So I definitely want to hold this for the next Spellgorger Weird. The nice thing is this can kill even after he's cast a couple spells. Well, okay. I guess that sort of worked. Okay. Well, we'll play another one here. A little slow, but we'll keep it. Got a bounce spell, then I can slow my opponent down that way. Okay. Blue-black. Alright, so I got counter magic online. I could play the island so that cancel's available, but I kind of want to get this Heralded Dreadhorde out if possible. So I might play the Guild Gate and just rely on Syncopate this turn if I need a counter spell. That's unfortunate. Syncopate's not going to stop that. Does give me the opportunity to get a Herald of the Dreadhorde into play, though. Don't have to worry about counter magic. And this does generate some card advantage. Use a removal spell and leaves behind a 2/2 in its place, so then they have to use another removal spell. Okay, at this point, I'm content to sit back on my counter magic. I don't want to just cast something and let him counter it. Right now, he got nothing out of his turn. Let's see here. He did kick that, so I definitely want to counter it. We'll use the Syncopate now while it's still useful. Still leaves Moment of Craving open if we need it. So yeah, definitely want to prevent the card draw if we can. Ooh, that's not good for us. Discard 2. Okay, well I definitely don't want to Callous Dismissal that card. And I don't know how good Moment of Craving is going to be against what he's got. So I'm going to get rid of that and that. Okay. We'll swing first. And can only cast one spell, so I think I'm going to do Dreadhorde. I think that'll have the biggest impact. Do I want to counter that? I don't think so. it was a tempo play, but he's behind at the moment, so I'd rather save the cancel for something that actually will affect the board state more. All he did was he shrunk my 3-2 into a 2-2 and saved himself some life. You know, that I might want to cancel. No, I'll let it go. He's got too much mana to cast something instead. I'd like to get one more land so I can play Saving the Eternal and leave the cancel up. Here we go. So I want to tap that way. Yeah, doesn't really matter. I still have my 2 blue for cancel. Do I want this Saving Eternal? No, I'm not going to fight over it. And I still have the board presence. If I draw another land, I can Tamayo's Epiphany and then cast cancel. Nice. Powerful takedown. Okay, I'll let that happen. Okay, we will Epiphany. Okay, I like the Herald. I don't really want any of the lands. At this point now, I think I've got plenty of lands. Okay, take that. We'll leave the cancel up. We're just trying to grind our opponent out of resources. That might be worth the counterspell. I think so. We got a handful of creature removal. I don't know how many creatures my opponent plays, so... and scatter. Okay. Get -1. Okay. Still running them out of cards. So what I'm worried about right now is that Hexproof Turtle. Because my removal doesn't deal with it. Or that. This thing tap right. Okay, I'm going to put the dead weight and the callous dismissals on the bottom. We'll keep the cancel. Okay. had one left. Should have waited a turn to use the cancel. Okay. Okay. So this doesn't do much yet, but next turn I can bounce the Reaver and replay it. And then make this a race I can win. No, like that. I'm going to cancel that. I have Essence Scatter, take out a blocker, but I really need to bounce that to be able to win this race. And not have him gain 2 life. Okay, well, nothing I can do about that. Ooh. Yeah, that can win me the game there. Okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to Deadweight Salvager, and we're going to play the Herald and leave up Essence Scatter. So he needs to get 2 blockers out. That's a blocker that I can kill, but I'm going to lose 2 things. I'm going to let that resolve. I'm worried about a Cold Water Snapper. Oh, he didn't kick it. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this Calgo Skin Witch. If he has a way to kill the Dreadhorde, he can block the Snapper for a turn and prevent me from killing him. Now I can attack. And I don't think he has any way to stop the Cold Water Snapper from getting in for damage. Okay. So, he's going to go for 5 life. So I am going to kill my own Herald. so that he doesn't gain 2 life. And I got a moment of craving for that too. Nice. Alright, so that deck actually worked fairly well. Had a little bit of trouble because this deck wasn't playing a lot of creatures that I could interact with my creature removal, but seemed pretty good. Okay, let's try the Gruul midrange. We'll see how this one goes. This one probably will struggle a little bit if I have to guess. I have a feeling that the blue-black control is going to be popular and that Spellgorger Weird deck will be popular, so... And... no, Mulligan. I do have a Baloth Gorger, so... But do I need to get the land? I think I need to draw into land, so I'm going to put that on the bottom. Got 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, so I want to draw more lands. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I'll have a 4-power play next turn. What I'd kind of like to do is draw a land, then I've got played Crunch Wrangler and have Jaya's Greeting up for the spell Gorger Weird. He might play next turn, so I'm just going to play the Grizzly. It makes a good blocker for the Lavamancer. Okay, so if he plays land and Spellgorger, the biggest he makes is a 3/3, so I don't necessarily need to leave the Jaya's Greeting open. This turn, I'm going to get the Gorger out as a blocker. I'd like to get the Crunch Wrangler out before I play the Gorger. So I'm going to play this, and I'll use Jaya's Greeting. Save some damage. I can still kill it after. I do want the Guildgate to play the Rendhorn, so I'll keep that on top. And here we're just going to block the Pyromancer. Next turn, the Chron Trankler is going to get a +1/+1. So, okay, that's fine. Okay, leave the Gorger back to block. We'll send with the Wrangler. Not going to block the first striker. He could have Jai's greeting, and then it's just a 1-for-1 trade. If I block the Lava Runner and he's the greeting, then it's a 2-for-1 trade. And I can afford to take the one from the Initiate. Especially since it doesn't actually kill the creature, he gets a 1/1 back. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, so if I swing 8, 11, I drop him to 6. Oh no, 12. I drop him to... What are the odds he has a burn spell? Almost any burn spell kills me anyways. The only way this hurts is if he has a haste creature. Which he's already played how many Lava Runners? So if he has a haste creature or he gets a pump spell, I lose. But this gives me potentially the chance to kill him next turn. Okay, he has to block 2 of my creatures, so both these have to block. Oh, yeah, okay. So what we'll do is block there, block there. We'll use the Shiv and Fire to take out his token that's left behind. I just gotta dodge a burn spell for one more turn. Woo! That's a close one. Okay, nice. Got the... Got the style there. I go first. This hand could be slow. I do have a Giant's Greeting to buy me a little bit of time, but I need to get a 2 or 3 drop off the top of my deck to make this a playable hand and get another land. I'm going to give it a try, and we'll see. So if I can get the mana and get the creatures away, these cards are going to be good against that red deck. Which, there it is again. 4 drop. I'm going to take the 1. Oops. Get rid of that. And This guarantees me a creature on turn 4, but also means I'm going to get hit with whatever he's got on turn 3. That might still be worth it since I have 4 4-drops now. Okay. So we're going to play the Gorger. The Eric's has Trample, but the Trample's not going to matter right now because we're just going to be blocking. And if one of these creatures lives into the late game, I want it to be the Eric's because he has the pump ability. That might trade for a spell, but that's okay. Oh, not the spell I thought it was going to trade for. Okay. Okay, this is a little different deck than I thought. Could use a burn spell to take out this Boggart Brute. I could play the Crunch and a burn spell. That would help stabilize. I think Firebrand. Okay, give me a burn spell. Not a burn spell. Yep, I'm in trouble this game. That Brute is really good against me. I have to keep everybody back to block. I'm still going to lose. The Spear is going to kill me. Yep, and he's got me. He'll concede that one. Alright, so kind of a mixed bag with this deck. I had a little slow start in that game. And we'll try the red deck for a couple games. Okay, that seems good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to block to prevent that 1 damage. And then we're going to take out the Pyromancer. Try to keep our life total up a little bit. I kind of wait to cast this until I can also cast a spell in response. Make it a 3/3 at least. Do we want to do that? It only matters if he has a 2 damage spell. If he had a 3 damage spell, I think he would have killed that. So I'm going to let this go and assume he doesn't have a way to kill the Prophet. Okay. I think we take a chance and play the Spellgorger weird. And then hope it lives the turn. No blocks. Do I want the mountain? I do not want the mountain. We'll play the Lava Runner. That way we can kill the Burning Prophet. Critics. Take out the Burning Prophet. Okay, that worked pretty good. If I draw a second land, this hand becomes pretty good. I'll get 2 draws to do it. I'm going to give it a chance. Play the crash through and see if we can draw in that land. No. Okay. Okay, so maybe should not have kept a one land hand. I'll send this. I will trade with the Polymbright Druid before he can do any sort of proliferate shenanigans, which he's probably going to be able to do now. Yep. Boo. Although I like this deck. Don't get me wrong. That's 3 pretty decent proliferate spells in common. Okay, what can I do? I don't think there's anything I can do. We'll concede this game. So don't keep a one land hand. So anyways, there's some deck ideas for you to play. I kind of want to explore that that proliferate package that he had, the Bloom, Hulk, Courage, and Crisis, and the Polymbright Druid. And then see what other cards are available in common to take advantage of that. So I might do something like that, play around with that. But for now, this is the video. You're going to see a lot of the red deck. I'm sure you'll probably see a fair amount of the blue-black deck. I know that was popular before, so just be on the lookout for those. Give it a try. You got 15 wins to do, no losses, so you can just bang, bang, bang. If you think you're going to lose a game, just quit and go to the next, because there's no downside to losing. So if you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe down below. We'll be back next week with another best of one video. So I will see you then.